Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down! Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994 I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. During those times, I accumulated some good stories as well as some good insight developed on things pertaining to prison, and I'm gonna share some with y'all today. Excuse me. If you happen to like the video, be sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, hit that notification bell. That way, anytime I drop a video, you will be notified ASAP, and you can hop on it whenever you're ready. Also, I rap. Don't get it twisted because I'm a bit older. The flow is nothing like Curtis Blow, man. All you got to do, tune in to my YouTube playlist. Scroll down the gas stations. You will find some of it right there. Now, with that being said, let's go. I like to give a shout out to, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Cheene Yadaway. She's the one who suggested that I talk about this video. And so I like to call this dude Have It My Way, Freaky Ray. Now, this dude was the warden at a federal prison that housed women. The prison was located somewhere in California, in a city by the name of Dublin. I'm not really familiar with that, but anyway, he was recently convicted of several counts, I believe 7, of sexual abuse on the women who were doing time at the particular prison he was a warden. He was the warden at. Now, I believe he was convicted of charges that was stuff that was going on from December 2019 to July 2021. So like roughly a 2-year period. And so he was also convicted of lying to a government agent during the course of that investigation. Now, that was to me, that was something I found a little bit strange because some of the charges that he was convicted of only carried 3 years, and lying to a federal agent carried 8 years. So they was more worried about being lied to than what he was in here doing to these women who were under his care. Some of those charges also carried 15 years. So I believe he's waiting sentencing, and right now the dude is free, right? And so what's crazy to me is not only was this dude the warden, but he was in charge of something, teaching and putting out the information, or he was in charge of basically what is known as PREA. It's the Prison Rape Elimination Act. This dude is in charge of the Prison Rape Elimination Act, which is a law that was instilled, I believe, somewhere around 2003, but it pertained to making sure prisoners wasn't sexually abused. So I also saw not only was he in charge of that, but he was also in charge of making sure that the staff were an ethical staff, and they crossed their I's and dotted their T's, man. And come to find out, having your way, Freaky Ray is doing all types of crazy stuff with these women, man. So the evidence they had and convicted him on, where they found he was sending pictures of it, his member to some of these women. He also had gave a woman who worked at the prison, a woman who was housed at the prison during time, his email. And so she had paroled, and this dude is having video chats with her, phone sex, sending pictures of himself. Man, this dude is mimicking. This dude is acting like a damn inmate with a cell phone, man. He's doing the same stuff in there that we was doing when we get cell phones. God damn it, Ray, you're free. You ain't got to do all that stuff, man. But like I say, man, Ray was a freak, and he wanted what he wanted, man. Now, some of the women had even testified that he would approach their cell, and give them half eaten candy canes to insert into their private parts, man. Then I guess old Freaky Ray would go and do his thing and suck on the candy cane. So man, yeah, Ray was a freak, man. What else can be said about old Ray, man? Now, so I wouldn't be surprised though if like I said, because the dude is free and he's waiting sentencing. So I wouldn't be surprised if he happened to commit suicide, which I'm definitely not wishing that on the dude. But a lot of times that's an avenue that law enforcement officials will take when they have got themselves in a predicament and now they're getting ready to go to prison. Because, especially being a warden, he knows all the in and outs of prison. 9 times out of 10, he just didn't get hired as a warden straight from the gate. So he's worked his way through the prison system. So he knows what it's like to be housed or see people who have been housed. I'm sure he also has very knowledgeable. He knows he basically knows that being a person who worked in law enforcement and now you're on the other side of the fence and now you're being housed, his life is jeopardy. His life is definitely in jeopardy just from being a law enforcement official, but now also possibly being viewed as a sex offender. Because what this dude did is he abused his power as a warden, and so now those could be reasons why he may just put that rope around his neck and not go do that time, man. Now there were several women, of course, who has come forward after all this happening. All this stuff has happened, and of course, you're gonna have some women coming out of the woodwork, possibly trying to get maybe their sentence reduced or get some type of monetary gain. But you'll have people that's saying, well, why didn't some of these women report it sooner? And I definitely believe you do have some women who just never said nothing out of the fear of being sent to the SHU, the segregated housing unit. Because anytime you go and report to staff that you feel your life is in jeopardy, then they have to isolate you. And especially if you're talking about the warden or one of these officers is sexually assaulting me. And so, some people was like, well, why did they go do that then? But being in prison is extremely difficult for some people, and some people do not want to be isolated. They don't want to. You don't know how long you might sit in the hole while this investigation is going on. Not only they can play games with you, so they'll send you to the hole, and especially with the feds. The feds, you can commit a crime in California, they can send you way to Kentucky, Florida, Montana, any type of where. So if you are in a situation where you're getting visits, and those visits are extremely important to you, it's sad to say, but those are some type of things that people may not report for fear of being in the hole, fear not being around their family. Out of all the time that I've done, most of the time, and it may have been a time or two where I was on the yard in general population where a person would commit suicide, but I've been in the hole several times, and that's where people commit suicide a lot. It's just that, being alone, being by yourself 24 hours a day, sometimes people need that human contact. They need that human interaction, and not having that is fearful to some people. Everybody's, mental strength and mental fortitude is definitely different. So, do I believe that there are several women who this possibly happened to, and for whatever reason they chose to keep quiet about it? Oh, most definitely, because like I said, this dude is top cop. This dude is the warden, and there may have been some women in there who went along with it for several different reasons. According to some of the information that I read, this guy was promising them certain favors. He'd have them move to facilities that was closer. He could get time off their sentence. And at the end of the day, this dude was the warden. And Freaky Ray definitely abused his authority, because whether he could have these things done or not, when you're in there playing with a person's emotions and you're promising a person freedom, you have a lot of people who will do a lot of things to get their freedom, to get their freedom back. These women may have had kids. They may have had, family members, mothers who was sick, or whatever the reason, or just simply wanting their freedom back, just simply not wanting to be in prison. And so for this dude to abuse his power when you are in such a authoritative position as warden is extremely crazy, man. And so some of these women had also went to calling Freaky Ray dirty dick for whatever reason that is, man. He may have been like one of those people that I've done some time with. Everybody don't like to hop in the shower, so I don't know what it was with Freaky Ray, but for whatever reason they started calling this dude dirty dick, man. And some of these women who testified said that he would approach them in the areas where there were no cameras. By him being the warden, of course, he had great knowledge of where all these areas where these cameras were and these cameras would not be. Some of them said he would come to their cell. Some of them said he would meet them in the kitchen where there were no cameras, in certain jobs and stuff where he could do whatever he wanted to do and not be not be seen by the cameras. Another thing they found him with, and was evidence they convicted him behind, was he had pictures on his state issued cell phone of women who was at the prison in different stages of undress. Now, have it your way, Freaky Ray, he got up there and gave a ridiculous explanation for having these pictures on his phone. He claimed that he'd be walking sometimes and there would be women in different stages of undress, and he would have to take these pictures to document that. Now that is crazy. Nowhere in the United States are they gonna have a warden basically writing disciplinary infractions, because that's what that is. That's a disciplinary infraction, and so that's this dude. Like I say, he's starting to mimic the ways of the convicts, man. He reminded me that story right there reminded me of sometimes I'd have a friend maybe get rolled up for something. And he was going to his hearing. He say, "Oh yeah, you know what, chill, man. I'm gonna tell him this," and he'd give me some ridiculous sounding explanation for why he had got charged with whatever he charged. And I would tell him, man, that shit sounds dumb as hell. If you gonna go in there and lie, at least lie intelligently, man. And so one thing I know about, especially in California prisons, anytime you got the head brass, the top dudes walking, and a lot of times whether even it could be a sergeant, a captain, a lieutenant, and especially a warden, you're going to have these other officers. Everybody knows. You're going to know when these dudes is coming. Or you have other officers saying, "Hey, man, the sergeant just left me my building. He's on his way over there to you guys' building." So this stuff is reported because they want everything to be, the way it's supposed to be. And so sometimes, and several times, the officers in the building would say, "Hey, man, we're going to have the captain walking through here around 12 o'clock. So, I need you guys to, get this place in order. Tell everybody to take down their window covers, because we're not supposed to have the window covers up, get everything out of sight that's not supposed to be in sight." So this type of information is definitely shared. So there's no way that this warden is walking and you have women getting undressed and this and that, because like I said, the officers in that building are going to let people know that the warden is coming. So Freaky Ray wanted to have it his way. This dude was taking pictures for his self-pleasure, man. And like I said, this dude is top cop. This dude is a warden. And so you have a lot of people who have never been to prison possibly don't understand why people who have been to prison have a deep disdain or hatred for people in law who work in law enforcement capacities, and especially in the prison, is because of things like this, man. They exploit their power, they take advantage of people, they abuse their authority often, they lie on you, and all types of stuff going on, And even in this day and age, where we got cameras all over the prisons and stuff like that, one would just like to think that this type of stuff is not going on. You have this man who's the warden at a female prison, basically having his way with these women, promising certain things, and just doing what he wants to do, man. It damn near sounds like a movie from the 70s or the 80s, man. But yeah, have it your way. Freaky Ray was in there running them up, trying to get his, I'm not gonna say it, but y'all know what I'm talking about, man. But anyway, that's what it is, man. So I don't know if I mentioned too. I think I did mention that he had gave his email to a prisoner who was housed at his facility but later paroled, and so they video chat, and he's sending pictures of his Johnson to these to this lady and stuff like that. And so yeah, man, like I said, Freaky Ray was really starting to mimic the actions of the convicts that he was housing if they had got a cell phone. But anyway, y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy 16 to life. Freaky Ray, don't commit suicide. Go do your time like I did mine. Learn how to make a spread. Learn how to make your bed and all that other good stuff, man. You already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.